Have you ever noticed that your vibe has changed recently, or that others, particularly ladies, seem to pay more attention to you without even trying? This is not simply luck or coincidence. It is something far deeper. You are revealing a secret power, a type of energy that transcends the physical and connects with something more spiritual and primordial. This is the power that distinguishes leaders and followers. The essence that attracts attention and commands respect without saying anything. This ability, which many people miss today, stems from the practice of semen retention. However, it is not simply a matter of holding back or restricting yourself. It is about gaining control of your life. By choosing to maintain this energy, you demonstrate your manly strength. You're not just holding back. You're creating something strong. You're concentrating your energy, sharpening your thoughts, and expanding your presence in ways that others can sense, even if they don't understand why. This is about becoming your best self and living in a way that allows you to flourish rather than simply endure. It's about discovering and utilizing the secret power that's always been within you. As Matthew 6:21-4 states, "Where your treasure is, there your heart will also be." There comes a time in everyone's lives when they understand they are more than just bystanders. You are not just existing. You were picked for something far better. Life's fights, hardships, and betrayals are not unplanned. They are part of a larger plan, a test to uncover your actual potential. You are the power that fights back, not because you can figure it out, but because it is your mission. Your soul has heavenly energy, an inner fire that cannot be quenched. This is not about waging small conflicts. It's about standing tall and refusing to give up, even when the world appears to conspire against you. When you are chosen to strike back, the cosmos aligns with your cause. You're like a hurricane that changes the path of nature. Your goal is not simply to survive the storm, but to transform everything around you, making challenges into victories. It is not a question of luck. It is fate. Every challenge you confront, every individual who dares to resist you, just fuels your growth. The power you possess is not simply a result of your surroundings. It's ingrained in your spirit, a present that has always been with you, ready to be revealed at the proper time. The best part about being picked is that you don't have to battle like the rest. Your struggle is one of resilience, power, and an unwavering conviction in your ability to shape your own future. People that strive to bring you down are unaware that they are battling more than just you. They are fighting fate itself. And in the end, fate always wins. You were picked to strike back because the world requires your brightness, courage, and unyielding spirit. And no one, no matter how powerful or intelligent, can ever dull it. Have you ever felt as if someone greater than yourself was leading you through life's most difficult times at work? That is not pure luck or happenstance. It represents the might of cosmic powers. Every time someone attempts to knock you down, the universe steps in. It's as if a higher power is looking over you, making certain that you don't just survive, but prosper. This hidden energy fuels your resilience, fortifies your commitment, and ensures that no matter how difficult the situation, you will rise above it. You see, if you are selected, you are not alone. The cosmos is your ally, and the energy surrounding you is intended to protect and urge you forward. When others believe they can tear you apart, they don't know that their efforts just help to spark a metamorphosis within you. Each problem is like a stepping stone, and as they drive you downward, you move closer to the pinnacle. You become more than simply a survivor. You become unstoppable. It's like a cosmic dance, with each misstep contributing to your ascension, taking you higher than they ever believed imaginable. Consider it an invisible barrier of heavenly energy that keeps you safe from their evil influences. It's not visible, yet it's constantly present, guiding you, rising you when you fall, and prodding you when you pause. This cosmic power isn't simply watching. You are its vessel through which it appears in the world. It speaks to you in times of uncertainty, reminding you of your power, purpose, and impending victory. It's in these moments that you realize the universe is on your side. People have a misperception about crossing someone who has been selected. They believe they can take advantage of you, humiliate you, or violate your confidence without repercussions. However, betraying a chosen one is more than just betraying a person. You are facing a whole force of nature. Betrayal is like playing with fire without realizing the inferno that is going to engulf you. When you make a mistake with your chosen one, the cosmos has a way of keeping the scales balanced. Let's face it, most people don't comprehend how much power a chosen one possesses. They may not realize that the energy they send into the world is not ordinary. It is not only about who they are now. It is about the ripples they cause in the cosmos with each activity. Betrayal against them upsets the cosmic equilibrium. And that's something the universe never tolerated. When someone attempts to take advantage of you, they unintentionally open the door to their own downfall. The cosmos, in its infinite wisdom, ensures that their acts complete a circle. History is replete with stories of persons who attempted to betray someone with noble purpose, only to face the repercussions. Whether it was someone who conspired against a leader, sabotaged a visionary, or targeted a gentle spirit, they faced their demise. It isn't magic. It is the natural order of things. The cosmos does not tolerate treachery, especially when it is directed at someone selected to make a difference. So remember that when someone crosses you, they have not just made an enemy of you. They have created an adversary of fate itself. Adversity does not just test you, it alters you. Most individuals find it difficult to overcome problems. But as a chosen one, adversity is the furnace that develops your strength. Each setback, hurdle, and suffering you encounter is more than just a test to be overcome. It's a lesson to be learned when others fail under pressure. You get stronger, sharper, and more focused. Consider your most difficult life experiences. Did they shatter you, or did they shape you into who you are today? Adversity, for a chosen one, becomes a strong instrument, a catalyst for progress. Every time the world attempts to knock you down, you come back stronger with a new sense of purpose. It's like the old adage, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. But for you, it goes beyond that. It is what lifts you to greatness. People that strive to damage you are unaware that they are promoting your progress. Their efforts to destabilize you just strengthen your resolve. What was once an impediment turns a stepping stone to success. You learn, adapt, and emerge from the ashes while others are trapped in their own destructive circle. You're creating an unshakable future. In the end, they will realize they never had a chance. One of the most effective things you can do when confronted with resistance is to keep silent. Your quiet is not weakness. It exemplifies sheer power. When someone attacks you, they anticipate a response. They want you to respond with words, defending yourself in the same manner they attack you. However, by refusing to interact and allowing your silence to speak for you, you deprive them of authority. In that quiet, the cosmos does its magic. Silence is not just the absence of noise. It's a strategic retreat. When you stand aside from the pandemonium, you make room for the cosmos to intervene. It's as if the cosmos is saying, I got this. People that attempt to provoke you are left with nothing. No answer, no fight, just deafening silence as you refuse to participate. And in that silence, their own toxicity starts to eat them. It's a strong reminder that you're not a pawn in anyone's game. You're the game itself. Your silence does not indicate that you are fearful or indifferent. It indicates that you comprehend the power of separation. You are aware that whatever they do will come back to them. And this is where the actual conflict takes place. You do not need to argue. You do not need to fight. Simply take a step back and let the cosmos handle the rest. Isn't this a horrible irony? People that attempt to tear you down really help you thrive. Every assault, scheme, and attempt to undermine you just fuels your ascent. They don't understand it, but their bad energy, animosity, and resentment are exactly what propels you forward while they're busy scheming and planning. You're rising to new heights, your strength increasing with each challenge you face. Their activities cause a dilemma. They aim to bring you down, but each time they attempt, they unintentionally urge you forward. It's as if their attempts to undermine you are the wind behind your wings. The more they push, the more you grow and the more certain your victory is. It is a cosmic twist of fate. They believe they have power over your destiny, yet they really contribute to its fulfillment. Finally, they would understand that their efforts were in vain. They believe they were assaulting you, but they were actually helping you ascend. Every setback is an opportunity for growth. Every betrayal becomes an opportunity for you to improve. And as you ascend, their failures become more apparent. Their attempts to stop you were never primarily about you. They were always discussing their own worries and fears. And that, my friend, is why they lose. When the world throws punches at you, you don't only defend yourself. You escalate the issue. Your answer is more than just a counterattack. It is a transition. You transform the energy they direct at you into something bigger than negativity. It becomes your motivation and their hatred. It refuels your fire. You don't just endure the war. You utilize it to get higher. This isn't about fighting just to fight. It's all about purpose. Every obstacle presents a chance to improve yourself and others around you. When others see how you rise above adversity, they are inspired by your courage, elegance, and unwavering resilience. You become more than simply a survivor. You are a symbol of hope and power to others. In this trip, you're not simply battling to win. You are battling to show the world what is possible when you refuse to be broken. You're trying to prove that no matter how difficult life gets, you'll come out stronger, smarter, and more powerful. In doing so, you become a shining example for others to follow. The storm is not to be feared. It's a location where you may thrive while others struggle to survive the storm. You dance in its eyes. Chaos has no hold over you. This is where you shine the brightest. You were meant for these times. Trials designed to put human endurance to the test. For the majority, the storm implies danger, chaos, and destruction. But for you, it is the crucible in which your actual power is formed. Think about it. What has really characterized you? It's not the tranquil times or the easy days. It is the pandemonium, the difficulties and challenges that have shaped you into the person you are now. You didn't just endure those moments. You soared above them. You caused anarchy. You have an ally, not an adversary. The storm creates opportunities for those who comprehend its strength, while others are carried away by the gusts. You harness them and utilize the turmoil as a stepping stone to propel yourself higher than you ever imagined possible. The storm does not shatter you. It refines you. And in the midst of the craziness, you find serenity in knowing you're precisely where you should be. You're not just another individual going through life. You are a natural force with a particular energy that the planet sorely needs. Your presence, voice, and deeds, they have the ability to alter the path of events. People that want to bring you down don't understand the extent of your influence. They view you as a danger, but they don't realize that you are irreplaceable. Your vibe is one of a kind. Every time you enter a room, you change the energy. You bring light into dark areas, hope to hopeless situations, and strength to the shattered. Your entire presence serves as a reminder that the world can always be better. You have the ability to inspire, encourage, and transform everyone and everything around you. Nobody can mimic the enthusiasm you bring. It's your gift to the world, and those who want to take it away will never be able to match it. This enthusiasm makes you invincible. This is why your adversaries can never fully beat you. They can try, but they can never put out the fire that burns within you. That energy is yours alone, and it's what makes you unbreakable. You don't just exist, you radiate. Crossing the chosen one has far-reaching effects that you cannot comprehend. Their loss is more than simply personal. It's a cosmic imbalance that will ultimately return to you. Every action results in a reaction, and when you choose to injure someone chosen by the cosmos, you unleash a chain reaction that will ruin all you've worked for. The cosmos has a way of repaying harm tenfold. History is replete with stories of those who chose the wrong road and paid the ultimate price. Consider those who have betrayed kings, leaders, or soldiers. Did they triumph? No, they dropped every time. The universe guarantees that those who damage the selected pay a high price, not only now, but also in the future. Their acts will haunt them to the end. It serves as a reminder that there is a price to be paid for insulting the chosen ones. And that price is always bigger than what people anticipate when attempting to bring down someone destined for success. You aren't simply challenging them. You are battling fate itself. Destiny never loses. They are unaware that their treachery is the catalyst for your success. Every time someone attempts to injure you, they unintentionally lay the way for your success. Their acts motivate you to grow stronger, wiser, and more determined. What was supposed to break you is now fuel for your fire. The betrayal does not mean the end of you. It's the start of your ascent. Betrayal presents a unique chance. It challenges you to confront yourself, to dig deep and discover power you didn't know you have when they attempted to destroy you. They just awaken an unshakable part of you. They set in action the events that would eventually lead to your success. They will realize that their treachery was not a weapon against you. It was the key to realizing your potential. Every betrayal will make your victory even sweeter. They did not defeat you. They made you stronger. And that's why you'll always win. When you fight back, it is more than simply a basic reaction. It's an act of fate. You do not just retaliate. You alter the path of their life. People may believe they can get away with harming you, but they don't realize you have the ability to change their fate. Their acts are not greeted solely with opposition. They are confronted with the universe's divine judgment, which you wield with power. This is the fundamental significance of being selected. You can not only overcome hardship, but you can also change the course of events. When they injure you, you do not just heal. You alter their fate. They will be ensnared in a web of their own devising. And no matter how hard they try, they will be unable to escape it. The universe operates in odd ways, and those who encounter the chosen ones discover that their fate was never truly in their control. You have the ability to rewrite their tale, and when you do, it is invariably one of downfall and regret. Your quiet is a language of its own. It communicates more effectively than any words or acts could. When they try to antagonize you or tear you down, you respond by being silent. It's a powerful reminder that you don't have to participate in their drama. You should not squander your energies. Your silence reveals all they need to know about their place in the cosmos. In solitude, you discover your strength. You do not need to explain yourself. You don't have to struggle for affirmation when others try to pull you down. You remain calm, knowing that they will face the repercussions of their conduct in due course. They will realize that you were always correct and they were always wrong. This stillness is not a retreat. It is a strategy. By declining to participate, you make room for the cosmos to come in and take control. When the cosmos intervenes, it always works in your favor. Victory is not something you must battle for. It's already determined. Your success was sealed from the time you were picked. Obstacles, problems, and opposition are all part of the plan. A voyage has already been planned for you. Nothing can stop you, since your success was always destined to happen. It doesn't matter how many battles you have. It doesn't matter how many people attempt to bring you down. What's important is that you are intended to succeed. Every failure is only a preparation for the magnificent achievement that awaits you. Nobody has the ability to change your destiny, not even your enemies. This sense of assurance is your biggest asset. When you realize that success is unavoidable, every problem becomes a chance to demonstrate that nothing and no one can get in your way. In the end, those who attempted to bring you down will be left regretting their actions. They won't simply regret it in the moment. They'll regret it for the rest of their lives. Because being selected does not imply that you just climb above others. You surpass them. Your achievement, power, and quest to greatness will serve as a continual reminder of their failure. They may believe they have triumphed, but in reality, they have simply laid the groundwork for their own demise. Time will disclose the truth, and they will be left with only remorse. They'll wonder why they ever believed they could defeat you. Why did they even try to pull you down? And as they think about their acts, you'll be rising higher, experiencing the life they could only dream of. Their remorse is their sole recompense, and this will endure forever. In a world on the verge of disaster, you were not born by accident. The cosmos has a way of identifying people with latent power, resilience, and purpose. You are one of the chosen ones with latent strength, resilience, and purpose. You are one of the chosen ones. This is not an average existence you've been given. It's a call to action, a beacon that calls you to emerge from the ashes of your battles. The conflicts you confront are not coincidental. They are your trials and tribulations as you strive to become the hero you were born to be. The weight of duty might be overwhelming at times, but it is the burden of the chosen ones. For every evil power attempting to squash the light, there is a spark within you that cannot be extinguished. It has always been present, ready to be woken. Your destiny is not to hide in the shadows, but to go into the light with unshakable confidence and courage. The time for indecision has passed. It is time to rise and strike back. You are being asked to take action, not as a passive viewer, but as an active participant in influencing the future. Every decision you make, every action you take, takes you closer to realizing your destiny. Accept this duty, since it is through this battle that you will understand the extent of your strength. You are no longer the one running from the storm. Now you're the one who's against it. Your trip ahead may appear frightening, but remember that the greatest fighters are often those who are forced to confront the impossible. You were picked because you have the heart, brains, and spirit to face any task. The world is watching and waiting for you to heed the call. It is time to strike back, regain what has been lost, and guarantee that the light triumphs over the darkness. When the forces of evil emerge, neither the strong nor the mighty will save the day. It's the chosen ones. You were chosen not by coincidence, but because you have the ability to affect the path of history. This is your opportunity to shine. Fate has guided your every step, and now is the moment to accept the war that will continue throughout your life. You may have wondered why events have transpired as they have. Perhaps you've battled, questioned yourself, or felt lost in the big scheme of things. But all along, a power has been working to prepare you for this moment. Struggles, heartaches, and even failures have all served as preparation for what you are about to face. This is no ordinary conflict. Your destiny calls you to climb. The foes in front of you are tough, and their methods are meant to crush the will of even the strongest. However, you, the chosen one, are different. You are not readily influenced by fear or intimidation. You bear the strength of generations, the knowledge of your forefathers, and the unwavering spirit of those who came before you. With each struggle, you get stronger and more resilient. You're not only battling for survival, you're fighting for something far larger. A future, a hope, a world that is dependent on your choices. Your weapons include not just physical power, but also emotional and mental fortitude. Your capacity to inspire, lead, and persevere in the face of adversity will set you apart. The adversaries you encounter are not invincible. There are only difficulties to be conquered, and with each stroke you deliver, you move the world one step closer to the peace it so sorely requires. It is time to fight back, to make your mark on history, and to ensure a future of light and hope. In every era, the planet is on the verge of disaster, and the chosen ones are called upon to restore equilibrium. You were chosen to stand in the face of darkness, not because you are invincible, but because you have something that no opponent can ever take away: your unwavering will. The powers of evil may have misjudged you, but they are about to realize that you were selected to strike back. The world has grown accustomed to a cycle of dread and powerlessness in which a few strong individuals control the fate of millions. But you were not chosen to remain inactive in the face of injustice. You were picked to be the spark that starts change, the hero who emerges when all hope is lost. The journey will be difficult, but your spirit and resolve will see you through. Remember, even in the darkest of times, there is always a light that refuses to go out. Your trip will be about change, not simply in your surroundings, but also in yourself. You'll be tested in ways you never imagined imaginable. However, it is in these tests that you will discover the actual extent of your strength. You were picked for your heart, your tenacity and steadfast confidence that things may change. Your deeds will motivate others, and together, you will fight back against the powers who wish to control. The period of dread has passed, and the new era of heroes begins with you. The world needs those who are prepared to fight and stand up when no one else would. You are the chosen one, a ray of light in a world fallen to darkness. Now is the moment to strike back. Your triumph will pave the road for future generations. It's easy to feel insignificant in a world full with overwhelming odds. But deep within you is a warrior, a power that cannot be contained. You were picked to take on problems that others may avoid. The strength you seek has always existed within you, waiting for the moment when the world needs you most. This is the moment. The adversaries you confront may appear insurmountable. Their power is expanding with each passing day. But you, the chosen one, were created for this. Your heart pulses with an unquenchable fire, and your determination is unwavering. This is your opportunity to stand and fight back against the forces that threaten all you hold dear. The warrior inside you has been waiting, and now it's time to unleash that power onto the world. You will have times of uncertainty when the weight of duty becomes too much to bear. Remember this, though. You were picked because you were strong enough to endure. You will become stronger after each struggle and more determined after each defeat. The trip ahead may not be easy, but it is one that you are intended to do. The greatest warriors are made during the darkest of times, and you are about to join them. With each hit, you are fighting for more than just your own life. You are battling for the future of everyone. The chosen ones are identified not by the ease with which they travel, but by their ability to rise when the world calls. You were picked to strike back to demonstrate that no matter how dark the world goes, there would always be people fighting for light. Fear is the instrument of those who want to dominate, manipulate, and conquer. However, you, the chosen one, are different. You are not limited by fear. Your capacity to overcome difficulties defines you. When the world falls apart, Those who have been selected stand steady, their hearts burning with a purpose that cannot be deflected from an early age. You may have been conditioned to fear things that are beyond your control, but you were picked because you have something far more powerful than fear: the capacity to face it head-on. The world may appear dark and uncertain, but you hold the light of hope. Your goal is clear, and you will not be deterred by those who want to stop you. This path will not be without its challenges. You will encounter periods of doubt in which the path ahead appears obscure. But even at such moments, realize that you were selected for this. Your resilience, strength, and capacity to overcome fear and uncertainty will be the keys to your success. The world will look to you for leadership, courage, and hope during times of despair. As you begin your new career, remember that the route ahead may be challenging, but you were never supposed to travel it alone. You are one of many who have decided to fight back, restore equilibrium, and safeguard all that is important. Together, the chosen ones will overcome fear, and the world will once again be at peace. The powers of evil have long fought to extinguish the light and submerge the planet in their terrible grip. However, they have made a serious error. They've underestimated the chosen ones. You, like your fellow fighters, were chosen because you have the light within you. A light that will not be extinguished no matter what the storm. Your power is not in your fighting skill, but in your unflinching determination to doing what is right. The light you carry is not only a metaphor. It is power that motivates you and hope that feeds your acts. The darkness may loom big, but each time you fight back, you move it back another step. You are the light's protectors, and the world looks to you to keep it safe. The trip ahead will be riddled with obstacles. The darkness will attempt to break you, to direct your light against you. But remember, you were picked for your heart, compassion, and unwavering determination to safeguard the light at all costs. You're not simply a warrior. You're a sign of hope, a reminder that even in the darkest of circumstances, there is always hope for the future. Your wins will not only benefit you, but will also motivate others to take up the defensive mantle. Together, the chosen ones will drive back the darkness, bringing hope to a world that desperately needs it. The moment has come to stand boldly and defend what is important in a world that appears to reward the strong and the cruel. The chosen ones serve as a reminder that genuine strength is rooted on perseverance and resolve. You may not always have the resources, support, or answers, but you do have something far more essential: the determination to persevere even when everything appears to be lost. The greatest heroes emerge when confronted with tremendous odds. The planet you're charged with rescuing is riddled with challenges. Each is meant to put your determination to the test. However, the hardships you endure are not intended to break you. They're here to shape you into something bigger. You were picked because you possess the strength to resist the flood, to confront the forces that strive to rule and destroy. With each task you confront, you get stronger and more capable of hitting back. Your path may be lengthy, and the obstacles may appear insurmountable. But you're not alone. You are a member of a larger force, a group of chosen ones who will rise together. The opposition may appear to be an unstoppable force, but it cannot equal the strength of a unified front. Together, you will demonstrate that no challenge is too big and no opponent is too formidable to overcome. Now is the moment to strike back. You were selected to overcome all obstacles and restore equilibrium to a planet that sorely needs it. Your victory will be a triumph for the human spirit, a monument to the force that exists inside every one of us to struggle and conquer. The world is full with injustice, corruption, and greed. However, there is a power within you, a flame that cannot be quenched. You were picked because you embody the spark of change. the fire that will consume the darkness of the old system. The chosen ones are formed in the midst of war, and you're ready to prove that your fire will never go out. Every revolution starts with a single flame. It begins little, but it grows, powered by the enthusiasm of individuals who believe in a brighter tomorrow. You are that flame, and you have been selected to start the fires of revolution. It won't be easy, and there will be some who attempt to extinguish your brightness. But you will not be persuaded. Your goal is clear, and nothing will prevent you from hitting back. As the torch of revolution spreads, so will your power. Your opponents will try to crush you, but they will never break your spirit. The chosen ones are distinguished not by their fights, but by their capacity to persevere and continue fighting at whatever cost. You have the ability to transform the world, to burn away the past, and build a new tomorrow. It is time to strike back. The revolution starts with you. You were selected to be the spark of change, to start a fire that will blaze through the darkness and usher in a new period of liberty, justice, and hope. History is not written by the winners alone. It is written by individuals who are willing to challenge the flow of time and the expectations of the world. You were picked not just to live, but to alter the path of history itself. The struggles you confront will affect future generations as much as now. This is your legacy, and it will last through the centuries. You were not picked as a passive participant in history. You were selected to shape it. The decisions you make now will reverberate across time, motivating others who follow in your footsteps. You have the ability to rewrite the story of your world and stand up to those who seek to do so for their own advantage. Your legacy will be founded on the bravery to speak up when others are silent, to fight when others give up, and to never back down in the face of overwhelming odds. The world may try to forget those who fight against it, but your legacy will be difficult to erase. You were picked for this time, and you will ensure that your name is recorded in history. It's time to cement your position in history. The pen is in your hand, and the future is yours to write. It is time to strike back. Your legacy awaits. The world is on the verge of collapse, and it is up to you, the chosen one, to lead the charge. You were chosen not only for your power or expertise, but also for your capacity to inspire, lead, and bring others together. This is not only your war. It is a struggle for everyone who believes in a better world. And you are the one who will unite the forces of good to combat the darkness. The chosen ones are born leaders, not because they are the loudest or the strongest, but because they possess the ability to rally people around a shared goal. You have that talent within you, whether you know it or not. When the world needs guidance, when someone has to take the lead, you are the one who will stand out and declare, "We will not back down." The path to glory will be paved with hardship, sacrifice, and grief. But with each step you take, your people will get closer to triumph. The powers of evil may appear overpowering, but with your leadership, they will crumble. The moment has come to strike back, and you will lead the attack. Glory awaits those who are willing to lead and fight for what is right. You were picked to lead the battle, to strike back and restore hope in a world on the verge of disaster. Your moment has come, and the world will remember your name. You were born into a world that strives to tie, control, and determine the fate of those who dare to oppose. However, you are not like everyone else. You were selected not to be a victim of circumstance, but to break free from the ties that bound you. The path ahead is one of revolt, courage, and retaliation against those who would keep you slaves. The struggle may be lengthy and the hurdles formidable, but you are meant to triumph. You were not picked to live a life of obedience, but rather to lead a revolution. Your heart is filled with the fire of liberation, and your deeds will inspire others to rise as you break free from the ties that have chained you. You will inspire the spirit of rebellion in people around you. The chosen ones will lead the struggle for liberty, fighting to create a world free of fear and persecution. This is your moment. You were picked to strike back and break the bindings that keep your planet in darkness. Your destiny is to struggle for freedom, to demolish the walls that separate and oppress, and to envision a world in which everyone can walk in the light of liberty. The moment to strike is now. It determines your freedom, as well as the freedom of countless others. The world is full of stories about loss, theft, denied rights, and broken hopes. But you are the chosen one. We are not expected to accept these losses as definitive. You were selected to retrieve what was taken, to mend what was broken, and to reconstruct a future torn apart by greed, treachery, and corruption. The time for quiet grieving is past. It is time for action, revolution, and the restoration of justice. Everything taken from you, your people, or your planet will not be gone forever. You have been chosen as the vessel for rehabilitation. The battle ahead will not be simple. The forces who seized what was properly yours will battle to maintain their control. But you're not alone, and the power you need to regain what has been lost is within you. The links that unite the chosen ones are more powerful than any weapon that may be used against you. Your journey will be one of endurance. Every action you take to regain what has been stolen will be greeted with opposition. However, every triumph, no matter how tiny, will have an impact on the world's fabric. The darkness that once seemed insurmountable will begin to disintegrate as the chosen ones emerge to restore balance and justice. You will lead the charge with your tenacity. You will demonstrate to the world that nothing is beyond redemption. Now is the moment to strike back. The future is ready to be recaptured, and you were picked for this reason. The world will remember the day when the chosen ones rose to reclaim what was theirs. This is your legacy, mission, and moment. It's time to reclaim our future.